Video games are a more compatible medium for stereoscopic 3D than movies. This is due to the fact that video games use a larger variety of stereoscopic 3D, as well as the fact that video games are more immersive medium than movies. Stereoscopic 3D works by sending each eye a different angle of the same object. The mind then combines the images, giving you a sense of depth. To do this in video games, all you need is a little more code. It is simple enough that some video games have actually been re-released in 3D. You can also see this in animated movies that have been re-released in 3D as well. Both movies and video games use the same type of 3D, but while movies use cheap little polarized glasses, video games have branched out to many different types of stereoscopic 3D. Those cheap movie glasses are polarized glasses. Though you can't really see it, each side filters a certain portion of the image. Minus the use of color, they work the same way that the older 3D glasses, which were called anaglyph glasses, worked. Anaglyph 3D is used now in some video games, like Minecraft. Anaglyph 3D works in the same way all stereoscopic 3D works. That's by sending each eye a different image in order for the mind to combine both of them into one solid image. Inside the 3DS is a small barrier called, you guessed it, the parallax barrier. This barrier blocks the right eye from seeing what the left eye can see. As you imagine, this is not the most effective 3D, but it does allow 3D viewing without any glasses. The more common type of stereoscopic 3D used in video games is called active shutter glasses. So video games give you some different ways of experiencing 3D-ness, but what is needed in order to view the 3D-ness? Andrew from the video will explain what type of hardware is needed to upgrade your PC. Though in general, these things are needed for consoles
Senior
as well.
Product Manager for 3D Vision and NVIDIA. So what do you need to do to upgrade your PC to 3D? Well, you're going to need the glasses, of course, and you also need a 3D Vision monitor or notebook. You're going to need a brand new monitor from Asus, Acer, or BenQ, or a notebook from Toshiba, and you can find a complete list of all of our products at nvidia.com/get3d.
Thank you, Andrew. With the glasses costing about $50 and the monitor $200, some consumers are turned away due to these prices. Nintendo has been working on a way around this problem called the 3DS. The 3DS gives you images but without any hardware needed. Both the glasses and the monitor that you would need are built inside of the console. Nintendo has tried this all-in-one 3D idea before, but not with much success. This forgotten gem was called the Virtual Boy. The Virtual Boy was a big electronic viewmaster. You would look through the goggles that were attached to the console, and the console was attached to a small tripod that you really couldn't extend or move. Inside the console were small mirrors that could be adjusted to make the 3D better. The mirrors would give each eye a different angle, giving you a distorted sense of depth. Sounds cool and all until you actually try to play it. The console used only one color for their images, which was red. The images were very basic as well. Even though this console came way after the Game Boy, it almost had the same kind of quality of graphics. Add in the sick feeling from staring at a flashing red light, the eye strain, and neck problems from having to be hunched over, the Virtual Boy was a failure. But Nintendo learned a whole bunch from this experience, and this allowed them to make a much better version of a 3D console, which was the 3DS. Regardless though of the medium, 3D helps to immerse the viewer into the media. With movies this is nice, but regardless how immersive it feels, you cannot interact with anything you see on screen. With video games it's just the opposite. Video games are based on interacting with the media. Either it's moving a box, hitting a chicken, or just picking flowers. In video games you do stuff. Video games make you interact with the virtual world, while 3D makes you forget that it is a virtual world. This type of link can never happen in movies, because movies are not interactive. If this trend of interactive virtuality continues, an active holodeck is just around the corner. Fingers crossed.